Well, hello folks, welcome along to episode 10 of this beta save with Burnley. I am the Custard Prophet, and we are back for the start of season 2. Exciting stuff. So, we had about £30 million in the bank. What have we done? Right, we're going to start off with transfers. You'll see we have played a few games to start with. So we're 4 games into the season. I thought we'd, see how we started things off. Let's first of all go into the transfers, because that's what you're all interested to see, what I've gone and done. All right, let's go and have a look. Well, in terms of release players, you can see it's a bunch of release players gone out. Dale Stephens was probably the most high profile of them, but a bunch of other players as well. Other players out, you can see we have got rid of the likes of Ashley Barnes. He's gone on a free to Copenhagen. Anthony Glennon's gone to Dundee. Danny Alves did leave. He's gone to Sampdoria. Aaron Lennon's gone to Panathinaikos. It just keeps going on. And Richard Narty, he's left for Derby. So we have a fair amount of players gone. £1.1 million recouped. We spent a bit of money. But so you can see 3 signings. There's actually 4 signings in there. Let's first of all focus on the first signing. A couple of signings here. There's actually there's 5 signings. Sorry, I know what I'm doing. First couple of signings last season. Hamza Chowdhury. Now he's a player from Villa, a very, very defensively minded midfielder. Can really tackle. I felt we needed a bit of youth. We needed someone to be able to put a foot in there beyond Jack Cork, who is not getting any younger. I really like Hamza Chowdhury. He's an expert Albion player, so that has got a lot come for him. I think he does exactly what it says on the tin. He's going to make tackles and stuff. The problem I'm finding with him is that his passing is, it says 13 on here. There's been a lot of misplaced passes, but tackling wise, he does some good stuff. Musa Silla. Now this player I signed more or less blind. So you can see I signed him for £7.5 million. My scouts were saying he is absolutely brilliant. Actually, when I picked him up, I wasn't too disappointed. I think we've certainly worth a lot more than £7 million. He's maybe not as good as they were suggesting, but he gives us some good options on the right side. He can also play on the left side and up top as well. He's pretty fast. He's agile. There's a lot of the things you want as a winger. You can see he's not started great. So we need to figure out what his best position is and try and get him some good form. But I feel we've got a lot to come from Musa Silla. But the big signings, oh yes, you've seen it. We're not going to talk about him straight away. John Joe Kenny, of course, the biggest signing. Everton, ex-Everton right back, another great English young player. We needed backup on the right side. After losing Danny Alves, he's only 2.5 stars, but I like this lad. He's played really well, as you can see, 7.03 average rating so far, so I am not too disappointed with that. I felt he was going to be a good acquisition. He looks like he's going to be a good acquisition, so signed for £2 million. He's probably not worth an awful lot more than that, but I think he does a good job as a squad player. We're ignoring the middle one for now. Bright Hare Mbe, who is on loan from Bayern Munich. I wanted a little bit more at the back. He can offer us a little bit more at the back. He's not brilliant, but he's a good young German who I think will get better over the course of the season. So pretty pleased with that. He gives us a little bit of depth in the centre of defence. Yes, and I know I've put this off for far too long. Yes, we've signed Eddie Nketiah for £43 million. This is the big signing. This is the marquee signing. And my God, am I happy with this signing. He looks awesome. He has got so much pace, so much ability on the ball. There's lots of things he can't do. The likes of crossing, you wouldn't want him to do that. He's not a leader. Positioning's a little bit low. But there's so many things he can do very well. The dribbling, the finishing, but most of all, the pace. The pace of the lad is what we're enjoying. He's worth up to £81 million apparently, and we bought him for a lot less than that, so £43 million. You can see he's also scored 4 in 4. So yeah, he started pretty damn well. He got a good goal in the no, he didn't play in the Rochdale game, but he's done well. We haven't got a lot of goals from elsewhere, but yeah, pretty pleased with that. Right, in the comments, let me know what you think of that transfer business. Is he worth the money? Is he worth the money? Is he going to be the difference maker to take us a little bit higher than ninth? I'm hoping Europe, but as you'll see in a minute, it's not all gone to plan. So schedule-wise, you'll see here, it's not been terrible. It's not been brilliant either. So we started out with a game against West Ham. We were 1-0 up and looking good, actually, looking good. Then they scored, and I thought, no, but we scored with 87 minutes on the clock. I thought, well, this is brilliant. And a penalty from Thomas Susak, 2 minutes into added on time. That's not the way you want the season to start, is it? That's just gutting. We should have had 3 points. In the end, we had 1 point. We'll take that. We then played Nottingham Forest away from home. Defensively, we were quite good. We just weren't brilliant going forward, and this was a little bit disappointing. I felt there was more out of this game as well. But then we played Blackburn, another promoted team, and Eddie Nketiah, he comes in, 2 goals. We look brilliant all the way through, and we go up into, I think, 5th at this point. Very, very good. In the League Cup, we played Rochdale. Big changes in the rotating the squad, and we got some goals from Musa Cilia. That was a great game for him, important. Cornet and Delap also with goals, so that was pretty good. And yes, the elephant in the room is the next one. We lost 6-0 to Manchester United, and they were good value for it. We were not in this game at all. We tried to play defensive. First half, we did manage to keep them out for most of it. You can see they scored early, but they didn't then score until the 41st minute. And actually, we were limited their chances. But we had a couple of chances ourselves, which is nice, but we didn't finish them off. And they were just unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Ronaldo was very, very good. Kingsley Coman, when he came on, was very good. And Marcus Rashford was as well. So hopefully that hasn't dented us too much. We're playing Aston Villa today. I'm hopeful we can get something out of it. But that result is going to be in the back of our minds, I think. Right then, folks, we're going to get on to the Aston Villa game and we'll see how we get on. Okay, here we go. This is the side we are going with. We have Nketiah up top, of course, leading the line. McNeil, Barkley and Cilia across the attacking part of the midfield, with Cork and Brownhill just behind. Taylor, Are and B, Regani and Kenny across the back line. We've got injuries to Tarkowski, which are keeping him to the bench, and Ben Mee is out injured. So a little bit of a problem there in the centre back, and John Joe Kenny at right back, and then Johnston in goal. Other notes to say that Grady Diangana has been out all the time, so he's really not had much game time at all. So we're just kind of working him back. And Chris Wood is pretty much outside the team. We've had injuries to Laird, as I think I mentioned at the end of last season. He's still out. Gudmundsson's been out all season as well. So it's been a bit tricky in terms of injuries, but hopefully this side are going to be able to do the business against Aston Villa. Let's go and find out. Right, here we go. It's really important, I think, this match after the loss against United, to see how we come out. Are we going to struggle, or are we going to come out all guns blazing? We'll start on balance and with an encouraged shout. So Taylor has the ball on the left side. It's into Ross Barkley, who's been a bit quiet this season. Cork getting a rare start. Chowdhury's he had a torrid time against Manchester United, so we've just let him out the side for now. Get him his confidence back. Ari Umbi, I think he's got a decent pass on him, this lad. He's running forward, but decides not to go with it. Kenny up the right side. Cilia, Brownhill into Kenny, into Barkley. Lovely ball into Brownhill. Beautiful ball. It's Nketiah into McNeil, and that is a beautiful goal. Wow, that was brilliant. Nketiah, he could have been selfish. He could have tried to score there, but no, he saw someone in a better position, and you can see here, beautiful ball through, just overhit slightly, but Nketiah, he pulls it back to McNeil, and in it goes, in off the post. A little bit lucky maybe, but that is a good start. Well, Brownhill with the corner, ball in, and it's in. R8B, the replacement for Tarkowski, gets his first goal for Burnley. I almost said Villa because they're playing in the claret and blue. But it's Burnley's claret and blue that's important. I mean, he's not that good in the air, but it's great to see him getting a goal. So well done, mate. We've not really done that much actually in this game, other than the 2 chances that we scored from. So I've just taken the tempo down a little bit just to try and save some legs. I've noticed certainly towards the end of games, we are kind of dropping off a little bit in terms of quality. So hopefully we can maybe not be quite so knackered at the end of the game. Well, half-time, 2-0. You look at the XG, Villa are going to be feeling a little bit aggrieved at that. We've not seen a highlight from them. They've had at least one very good chance that we didn't see, but there's certainly 2 chances that we did see, and both of them ended up in goals for Burnley. So that's pretty happy. I'm pretty happy. I don't know about the goals. Right then, let's try and G up the dressing room. I think it might be easy to kind of lose our way. I think we're doing well, but we can definitely find another gear to take charge of the match. Only Jack Cork cares about that. But as a team leader, hopefully that translates to the rest of the team. John Joe Kenny on the right side. Cilia's got the ball. Kenny's lost it. Oh dear. Is that going to be a red card? It is a red card. I don't think it was that bad, but it's hard to say from a million foot in the air. And we got to figure out how we're going to do this now. I think we are going to have to go back to defensive. What are we going to do? I guess Ross Barkley makes the most sense to come off. Play him at right back. And we'll bring Roberts on. We're going to take them off their attacking role and put them onto an automatic role. There we go. What else can we do? Time wasting. Sometimes we're just going to try and see this out. Try and reduce the amount of chances they have. Tighten up their lines a little bit. There we go. Come on. Let's not lose this. I'd be really annoyed if we lose this. But straight away there's a highlight. Martinez into Konsa. If they score quickly, this could be a problem. Konsa's running through us. But it's brilliantly. Brownhill, he gets the ball off him, and Tyrone Mings. I thought Nketiah was going to just run, but he didn't. He decided not to. And they're going to come again. Woba on the left side. Watkins running forward. Buendia. Oh, we have got the ball off them. Cilia now. We are a little bit pacey up top all of a sudden. Nketiah, are you going to see a goal from Nketiah? He's a bit shy, I'm sorry. Well, we've got to 65 minutes, and to be perfectly honest, we have seen next to nothing from them, which is, I know I shouldn't be saying this, but we have seen nothing. We are going to bring Cornet on the left side. McNeil is looking absolutely shattered. He must have terrible stamina because he just does not last matches. I know he's in a position that doesn't last matches, but he doesn't. There's a lot of tired players on the pitch. I can only make one more change. I think probably the sensible place is in the middle of the park and bring on Chowdhury and put him on a defensive role, I think, as in a ball-winning midfielder on a defensive role. With his tackling, hopefully, that can maybe win us a couple of balls where we need to or stop a few attacks. Well, what's really fascinating, we've won it 2-0 and we saw very, very little of Aston Villa in the second half. We didn't see a highlight from them, which is bizarre. But yeah, John Joe Kenny got himself sent off, might have put us in the lurch. Connor Roberts came in, did a good job at right back. We made some other changes, which are just to kind of save legs. But I'm pretty pleased overall. That is, after the sending off, that is not what I expected to happen. So this is the league at the minute. With that additional win, we're up to 8 points. Just behind Liverpool. Admittedly, they've got a game in hand over us, but I don't care about that. Pretty damn pleased with the start to the season. Just a single loss. We're playing Tottenham next, which is going to be tricky. Them alongside Manchester United are the teams that are right up there. They did beat Man United So I think that is going to be a tricky game. Looking further forward, we've got tricky games against, I don't quite know when we'll come back, possibly in this period here someplace. Maybe the Newcastle game looks an interesting one, so you guys get to see the crazy Newcastle team. That might be the place to come back. Anyway, folks, well, did you expect that? I certainly didn't, but it's really cool to see this team actually, buckling down and not being destroyed with a little bit of pressure as they were in the last game. Some great performances across the pitch. It wasn't Nketiah's finest game, but some of the other players stood up and were counted. Particularly R.A.M.B., who is a backup centre back, so he's put himself in the frame for a start next time out as well. Interesting stuff. Anyway, folks, if you've enjoyed this, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.